And we can cap out on what's hard for me admitting that like I was.
Mhm.
But what are you now
Yeah.
that still has you captive? See, I'm indie progressive,
Mhm.
even if that's me. And I think the hardest thing for ego, right? Because you know what like egotistical means. It's
Mhm.
like you make it all about you. The hardest thing for ego is realizing it's you. It's just not about you.
Yeah.
So tonight I had to do it in the car. I'm like, nope, nope. If they call you one more time, I'm killing it. I'm like doing eviction. I'm not tolerating it. Now you can do whatever you want to, but you don't really have too much. And God is like, nope.
Mhm.
Listen to me. Before you ever cap out on what you remember who.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to stop yourself mid sentence of being indignant?
Oh yeah. I think he has one in his mouth already.
Like, so don't be indignant. Be the teacher that you want to teach other people to be.
Mhm.
Right? Don't just be a student of like of performance but no practice.
Yeah.
And so mid moment I had to come out of being like in whatever. Because all we are a witness.
Mhm.
I'm nothing more than a doormat.
Right.
Like do you hear that though?
Yeah.
We're nothing more than a doormat.
Oh yeah.
And if we capitalize on how pretty the doormat is, well, I was there for you to wipe your feet on, and I led you into it. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't realize the door.
You did that.
And we forget about who put us there.
Mhm.
So one of the things today that we were going over was Deuteronomy 28. Yeah, people. Hey, people. One of the things we went over today was Deuteronomy 28. I think he wants you, baby. And he was like, well, here's the blessings, here's the curses.
Mhm.
Said, blessed when you go in, blessed when you come out.
Yeah.
You'll be blessed in the city and blessed in the field, blessed in the town, blessed when you sow, blessed when you reap. Said, I'll give you houses you did not build, land you did not buy.
Mhm.
I'll do it not only for you, I'll do it for your family too.
Yeah.
Right? And we live in that.
Mhm.
No matter where we go, listen to me. So, like, I wanted to uh, not condemn, convict you on what you said today.
Mhm.
Because I'm like, we're not afraid, right?
Mhm.
But before I could even get it out, you had already said it. And so,
Yeah.
like, my typing comes after you actually said it, so it comes as like a word of confirmation.
Mhm.
But notice what you're saying. You're saying God has not given us a spirit of fear.
Mhm.
And we're like speaking in future projection that I'm fearful of, but
Mhm.
you're not. You've overcome that.
Yeah.
If He hasn't given it to you, which means you have favor wherever you go,
Mhm.
that's in that city
Yep.
and outside of that city.
Yep.
That's every place that we go, God favors us.
Mhm.
So He reminded me today about the same God who brought us.
Oh yeah.
Listen to me. The same one who brought us, who
Yeah.
didn't give up on us,
Yep.
who when we couldn't see it, He saw it for us and then showed it to us.
Yep.
And don't forget, just a few weeks ago, we were in the same position,
Mhm.
begging parents to help us
Yep.
because we didn't
Everybody.
know God was really like moving us.
Mhm.
And He's like, I don't want you to forget.
Yeah.
That became the like tangent in the sentence.
Yeah.
That became the divider between the first beginning of the chapter and the rest of the book.
Mhm.
Don't forget God.
Oh yeah.
And He reminded me, the same God that kept me when I was 9, Tasha 10, and that baby when she was 3 to 6 months old.
Mhm.
The same God who morphed and surfed and waged through time to see that like hurting us then
Yeah.
will work out for our better now.
Mhm.
I told my mom I used to struggle. Exactly. Why would you take? Why would you hurt? He
Mhm.
said, I was just preparing you.
Yep.
But God's word is like everlasting, so it's transcendent. It's not compelled to one set of time. He's not stuck in a corner. He's good for yesterday, today, and forever.
Yeah.
So I was preparing you. I was preparing you. That's why I didn't let you get too close to her. I know it hurt you bad, but it didn't hurt you like it would have had I not been preparing you. So death comes and you deal with it. But you're able to like only go through but a few years of a days and not a lifetime of like whatever, because I've been preparing you.
Yep.
Same way you can be like in it but not affected by it because of the childhood that grew you. I've been preparing. Don't ever come here and get too big in you to think because if you did this and you did that. If you only look back and see how God was preparing you yesterday to match up with your next year so that you would be hurt today so you could not be damaged tomorrow. I was preparing you. We asked him, God, why didn't you save her? Because I asked you for that. Right? And he reminded me, he said on tonight I did. I not only saved her, Jeremiah, I saved you. I not only saved you, but I saved the sisters connected to you. Like the wife that's going to be with you. That you don't even know, but I'm saving. You're asking for a prayer in a selfish way, but I answer the only way that I know how to. So I answer for your tomorrow that you won't pray it, but you'll mean it too. So he saved. And so I had to give it to God, right? I'm like, you know what? If you want to deal with it, then you deal with it. I ain't got to just take me out of it. It's like you never was in it. Please get out of your own way, Negro. You never was in it. I've been allowing you to hold it. But if you handle it, then I'll take my hands. God, don't take your hands off of it. Right? That's like minute, moment conviction. It's like don't get too big.
It's like the reminder for me today. You know, like all that happened yesterday and today. It's just like the reminder that, like, you know, God is still with you. Like wherever you go, like you may think just because you get inside the big house or the nice house, but like that's the end and it's just us, but it's not.
That's right.
I think to us it's like
that's right.
He seems quiet, but that's because like we're overpowering him. Like we're not listening. We're doing our own thing, so it's like, you know, like a child who doesn't listen. You know, they don't hear what mom and daddy's saying because they're trying to do their own thing. But it's like when you focus and
get out of here, get out that door. That's crazy good.
So it's like I think he tries to get our attention to show us that like still here. And went nowhere. Same God that was with you at the Airbnbs and the hotels.